Hi everyone, I'm Ashley Adamson, and this is my 5th video in a row that I'm making in one sitting. You can see the other videos, they'll probably be in one playlist. Today we're talking about the logistics of being trans, and I posted this question in the Ask Transgender Reddit to see what people wanted to know about being trans, and one of the people said, I'd really like to see a step-by-step, like what is the process that would be really good for me. So I'm gonna give you that today, what I think would be the best process that I would have taken now that I know what I do know. And maybe you can use that as a framework for thinking about, you know, which ones you want to put in, which ones you want to take out, or things, the way that you want to reshuffle them. So here's the list. Find community, choose a name, make friends, go to therapy, come out to my friends, choose my pronouns, get some clothes, get HRT, then do hair removal, start doing that. Come out to my family, take voice training, learn how to do makeup, tell my job, do the legal paperwork stuff, and then surgery stuff last. Now, that's quite a long list, and I'll just briefly go over this. So the reason why I put find community first is the most important thing, which is community is going to support you. It's going to be your backbone. Being a part of a trans community is so important because it feels so lonely as you transition when you can't look around you and find anyone else that's gone through what you're going through. But as unique and special it is to transition, a lot of people have similar experiences, and so being able to share that and being respected in your pronouns or wherever you are in your process is so key to being able to give yourself the emotional resiliency to make it through this process. The next thing I do is choose a name. Now that you've joined a community, it's pretty important to choose a name. You don't need to commit to a name, just try one name or try switching up your names. I made a spreadsheet and I picked one and stuck with it for a bit, and I've evolved my name over time. I started with Ash and then I moved to Ashley. Make friends. Now that's kind of related to the community. Now that you're in the community and you have a name, make some friends. See what kind of connections you can make, because those friends are going to start to understand you better, and it's kind of like the same thing, peer support in your community. Go to therapy. This is optional. I went to therapy and found it completely not helping me. So it really matters on like what's for you personally, or if you need to go through therapy in order to get HRT, if that's what you want. Coming out to friends, at this point, you have like some new friends, you have some support from the community, and now you can start to come out to your friends and seeing how they respond. This is also nice that you've already started to join a community and you've already made friends within this community, because if something doesn't go well, you can fall back to your trans community that's going to help and support you through this process. Not having any friends that are going to support you and coming out to your friends and then it not going well is the worst place to be, so try to avoid that. That said, most friends these days are pretty accepting. Pronouns, that kind of comes with the territory of coming out to your friends and also saying, you know, that you're trans, so that's something that you'll just do. Shopping for clothes. So at this point, you have your pronouns, you have your name, you have the community, you've built up enough confidence that you're willing to go out there and start shopping for clothes, or maybe you're just buying them online. And then HRT, at this point, you will have the momentum to be able to talk to a doctor and get prescribed hormones. And then if you're a trans woman, laser is the next thing. You want to take laser just as you start taking HRT, because the thickness of your hairs in your face are at their thickest right before HRT really kind of picks up. And HRT after about 6 months is really going to thin your hair, so that way it'll be harder for the lasers to pick up the hairs and burn them out. Now, it takes about 10 to 20 sessions of laser hair removal to remove it. I actually stopped at 12 and I still need to keep going, but I've been traveling and all of that and I haven't gotten around to finishing it. But I'm at a point where I can shave and no one notices. And then electrolysis will come after that. Electrolysis to kind of is an electric way of just removing individual hairs that might be stubborn and hard to get out with laser. And now at this point, coming out to the families, it's a good time to do this. You've already come out to your friends, you have some friend support, you already have momentum with HRT, and and you already have your community support. So now is kind of the time to start talking to your family. I'll make a whole topic about this because families are pretty nuanced, but just to say briefly, it's probably good to come out to your family one by one, and knowing who you're talking to, if you have brothers and sisters, maybe it's better to talk to them first. Voice training, do this as early as possible. I see some trans women who start this really late and they sleep on it, and then they go, it's so hard for me to like feel fully accepted because in myself with my own voice, because I'm so far along that I haven't worked on my voice. I started working on my voice day one when I started taking hormones. And that meant when I was 6 months into already feeling who I was, I had a good voice to work with. It's not perfect, I can keep working on it, but it's great for now. Makeup, that's something that you're gonna experiment with, and that just takes time. It's not something that's going to be very fast, but I put it here because now that you're voice training, you're starting to get into space where you can express, and makeup's a good thing. At this point, job, now you have everything. You have your clothes, you have your makeup, your voice, you've come out to your family, you're on hormones. At this point, it might be a good idea to come out to your job, tell people your new name, your new pronouns, and now you have the support to kind of do that. Legal paperwork is sort of like the last step to get recognized as your gender, so I put that second to last. And then surgery, this is like the money that you've saved up for the things that you want to do. You've had enough time to think about exactly what you want to do, and you have all this momentum. So that's sort of like the logistics list, and we could dive into that if you want to. Write a comment down below. Let me know if there's anything you want to focus on, any questions that you have, any videos you want to see, and I'll make more videos later. So please like and subscribe. It really helps me. And yeah, I hope to see you next week when I make some more videos. As they say in Berlin, tschüss.